Derek, you get the ball back. After the Panthers took the lead, you're down to your third string right tackle who hadn't taken a snap at tackle all training camp. But you guys didn't blink. And what was going on in the huddle to start that drive, first of all, and the key to that drive?
Let's go, AJ. When God spoke to Moses, he said, Moses said, what if they don't believe me when I go and tell them? And God said, what's in your hand? You see, we've been equipped the whole time to accomplish what we want to accomplish. And so my mindset isn't about the third tackle anymore. There's a point to this. My mindset isn't about there's two rookie receivers. My mindset is that we're equipped to accomplish what we need to accomplish. I'm proud of our guys that we did it. I'm proud of our guys for coming back and winning that game, Vinny. To be honest, I'm so happy for our fans, everyone who's struggled through COVID, lost their jobs, anything like that. Just wanted to see the Raiders win. I'm proud of our guys for being able to pull through and do that, and I hope that the Bryant family's happy with what we did today too. I know they're probably not watching the Raider game, but Mrs. Bryant, I hope she's happy. Us, so many guys on our team wanting to honor Kobe, and what better way to do it than come from behind and win a game.
Hey, Derek, can I ask you a little bit more about those young guys and those players stepping up when they needed to? And you talked about this summer how you went out and worked with them, and here it is, their first game on the road, way away from home, and how they stepped up.
Absolutely, Chris. I'm proud of those guys. What's funny is, if I'm not mistaken, this is the third season opener in a row that Brian Edwards has played in this stadium. Henry Ruggs has played in front of the biggest crowds on the biggest stages in college football. Those young guys did a great job. I'm very, very proud of their effort. I'm proud of their toughness, things that they were dealing with in this game that people didn't know about. They showed some real grit, and it shows you that the culture of this organization is heading in the right direction. I don't want to say we're there yet. Job's not done, but we're going in the right direction. We have a big one coming up, though, this week.
Hey, Derek, how big was Josh Jacobs today? I mean, he had 3 touchdowns coming out of the backfield, scored the game-winning touchdown. Obviously, it was a team effort, but how crucial was his performance today?
Yeah, I mean, Josh will be the first one to tell you that, without that offensive line, those guys were monsters. You go back and watch the tape; those guys were moving grown men, past the line of scrimmage, and that you got to win the line of scrimmage in the NFL. You got to win there, and he'll be the first one to tell you that. But Josh is special. The things that people don't see, Josh without the ball, Josh blocking, Josh in the play action game, how much they bite. When we turn around and fake the ball to him, that's a quarterback's dream. When you have something like that, and you've seen him, bro. He's special. His vision, all that kind of stuff. And to have 3 touchdowns, again, Coach told us the thing that's going to make this team special is that we won't be selfish. We have a lot of weapons now. We have a lot of guys that can score touchdowns. Today was Josh in the end zone. Next week, Josh may not have a touchdown. It may be a Waller show or Henry or a Booker or a Rashard. We don't care about the stats, none of that. When our number's called, we just want to do our job, and Josh did his job exactly how he was supposed to today, and I'm proud of him.
Derek, you were able to
about moving to Las Vegas, getting to know people in the community. So
I'm sorry.
What does this mean to you?
I'm sorry. Can you do it again? There was 2 people talking. I couldn't hear you.
Okay, my bad. I know you've spoken highly about getting to know your new home in Las Vegas and meeting people. So what's it mean to get this win for the community?
Yes, that is the first win in the history of the Las Vegas Raiders, and I know that we still have fans in the Bay Area that feel excited for us too. And so I hope that the Bay Area is juiced right now. I hope that Las Vegas is juiced right now. That's home now. That's home to us. That's home for me. And I hope that, they're fired up and pumped up. Hopefully we can, go on a run and do some special things this year. But we're 1-0, and hopefully they get to feel good about that this week, especially living in the community, seeing all the businesses that were shut down and things like that. Maybe this put a smile on some parents' faces today that, maybe haven't been in their jobs and stuff like that. Put a smile on some kid's face. Hopefully we encouraged and made some of those families happy in the Vegas area.
Derek, you mentioned what you saw from Josh when he didn't have the ball in his hands. What about the two guys in terms of Ruggs and Edwards, in terms of just like blocking down the field, springing Josh for some of those runs?
Yes, it's this. I'm glad that you said that. That's a good question, man, because that's the stuff people don't care about because it's not going to put them on TV and it's not going to get them fantasy points. But we got a group full of guys that couldn't care less about that stuff. We got unselfish. We've talked about the speed, right, and the athleticism of Edwards and the speed of Ruggs and all of the exciting things that people get excited about. What we haven't talked about is how physical they play. I tried to mention it to Rich Gannon yesterday, in the production meeting, with Jay Feely and Greg Gumbel, Jonathan, the producer. I tried to tell them, but you saw it today. The way that they were able to play physical and as rookies, that's not easy. I've been around rookie receivers before, and that's tough to feel for it. They didn't care at all, man. They went right at them, and so they know that they're going to be tested throughout the year. Like, 54-33, we're talking trash to Henry all game. Calling him a rookie, getting your playbook, all this kind of stuff, and he's going to deal with some of that stuff, but he didn't back down one bit. And so, again, proud of those guys for stepping up to the challenge.
Derek, interesting stat that I noticed today is that you were sacked 0 times, so you ended the game with a pretty clean jersey. Can you just describe, despite the difficulties at right tackle with Trent Brown going down early, Incognito and Hudson were able to step up and make sure that you stay protected? So can you just talk about the effort from the rest of the offensive line?
Yeah, I believe that they're the best group in the world, and I love them, and that's not just the starters, the whole all of them. And in a COVID year, the mindset was like, man, we may have to keep some extra linemen. We may have to keep some extra guys, just in case COVID hits or things like that. Got to have protection, and injuries happen and things happen. We went down to Denzel Good playing right tackle, which I'll let the coaches talk about how many reps he's had at right tackle, but I think he did a pretty good job against some pretty good players. And so, anytime I don't get touched and we run the rock well, everyone should be praising the offensive linemen and giving them free food. And I know if Heather, my wife, is listening, they're going to need some cinnamon rolls this week.
2 more questions, guys.
Derek, what kind of a surge or energy boost does Jonathan Abram give you guys?
You know what? The most exciting thing for John is that he gets to play in week 2. He's still here, man, and he's healthy-ish, as we all are. But the energy he brings with those hits, we saw some on McCaffrey and some across the middle, him and Eric. It sets the tone, And in this day and age where we're not going to have fans this year, and you're on the road, you got to bring your own energy. You got to bring your own juice. And he's that type of player that can bring the energy and bring the juice. And those things can't be overlooked. You get a big hit. I remember I was going over the last series on the iPad, and I just heard, "Wow!" And I looked up, and sure enough, that's 24. Hitting 22. And that stuff ignites a sideline for sure.
Hey, Derek, talk about your throw to Nelson and what it means to have a veteran like him in that young wide receiver corps.
Yeah, it was great. Without getting into the details of what we talked about, play-wise and things like that, it was possible that we ran that play. I'll say that it was possible. And in the huddle, he looked at me and said, "If you come to me, just throw it in the end zone. I got it." And I said, "Well, I can do that." And we went to the line, and sure enough, he made the play. And it, when we have guys with that kind of confidence, I'll never forget a moment that I had Amari Cooper in the huddle. I threw a go route to him against the Packers, and he comes back to the huddle. He says, "Do it again." I said, "No problem." We called it go route, and he threw it, touchdown. When you have veteran guys, when you have dudes like that, the confidence it gives you as a quarterback, like, okay, that play's not dead, that route's not dead. Everything is alive. Every route's alive. I can just play it how I see it. And having a guy like that, it's nice because not only do you have that confidence in the game, but he's proven it in training camp. So I'm excited about him.
All right, thank you, Derek.
Thanks, guys.